So first of all, and together with Father Christubna, who is rector here at the cathedral, and on behalf of all of the ministers gathered together in the sanctuary today, just want to say how good it is to see all of you here today. This is the beginning of the holiest week of the year for us. And I hope that what we are doing here ritually today is touching your hearts and in a very real way to bring you and me closer to Jesus. So we've heard two stories today, huh? Two very powerful stories, two very painful stories. And think about some of the characters that we've met in both stories, huh? First of all, the owner of the colt and the two disciples who went and asked him for use of the donkey. Fast forward a couple of days, and we come to hear of some other people, Peter and James and John and Judas, the woman who came to wash to bless the feet of Jesus with oil. We hear the maiden who was in the courtyard, Pilate, the scribes, the Pharisees, the Sanhedrin, Mary Magdalene, Mary the mother of James, Salome, so many different people. And one of the things we all have to be very careful about is that these two stories are not just stories. They are, in fact, the living Word of God, calling forth from us the need to be more than just listeners to the story, but people who seek to live the Word, who is Jesus. As I was praying over the Passion according to Mark, which you've heard here today, and I was thinking about every one of those characters that Mark mentions, I would like to suggest that you and I focus our attention on the very last person who was identified by Mark, Joseph of Arimathea. And as we heard that passion be proclaimed, Joseph did something most courageous. He stepped out into the open, and what was his request? Give me the body of Jesus. And so, my sisters and brothers, I ask myself this question: are you and I daring enough, courageous enough to go beyond these two stories and make the same request? Jesus, give me your body, and all that that means. And I would like to suggest that no matter what it is that you and I have done in our Lenten disciplines, by way of our fasting, prayer, and good works, that we wrap up whatever we have done by that single request spoken from the lips of Joseph of Arimathea: Jesus, give me your body. And be open to the ways in which the Lord will do so, certainly through the Eucharist that we celebrate, in which he gives us his body and blood, clearly through the word that comes from the Scriptures, for Jesus is the Word, and especially in all of those other ways in the course of this week, when we will take the time and the quiet to truly be with the Lord and let him come to us as he wills. And he does will it. He deeply desires that we know how broad and how deep and how high and how eternal is his love for us. A week from today, we're going to gather together to celebrate the feast of Easter. And my hope is that in the course of this week, you and I will be ever more eager to celebrate Easter in a way that we've never celebrated it before, by coming to understand the mysteries of this week as more than just a story, but as an invitation that Jesus become an ever real part of our lives. May we return the compliment and invite Jesus to come into us. May the words of Joseph of Arimathea be ever so real on our lips and in our hearts. Jesus, give me your body.